Keep it PG.
I still got permission for your mother to give you lickings this season? Good. Perfect.
Is this thing rolling? He does. You got some permission.
Everyone's good? Brittany, you want to start us off?
Kian, just what's it mean for you to get another deal done and stay in Saskatchewan?
Truly a blessing. I just got to thank God, thank Jesus Christ, my family, and biggest yet, Rider Nation. This coaching staff and the head office believing in me and just giving me another opportunity. It's time to just keep running with it.
How exciting is it that it feels like the offense slowly starting to get more of these guys back? Trevor Harrison, Sam Amelis to get a chance to run it back.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We've already got a lot of the big household names, and we did such a phenomenal job last year just bringing in the same core, and I already know that the coaching staff has the perfect plan to just get the job done again. So I have all trust and faith in them that they're going to bring in the right people, and just got to keep trusting it.
Yeah.
Can you take us through the thought process of extending here versus potentially testing free agency, and kind of what went through your brain up in the last several weeks?
Yeah, it's always a tough process, but you just got to learn to just keep faith and control the things you could control. You could sit down there and worry about all the different outcomes, but that doesn't define you and who you are. So the main thing was just keeping my head focused and just working. That's the main thing. Every single day, just getting 1% better. And I knew an opportunity would come from it. Again, I just had to have faith in God. There's only one place I wanted to be, and that was in Saskatchewan, and everything works out.
Is that because wanting to be here because you know what's here, you know what this can be, you know what this can look like, you know your role, it's all familiar, and that makes you more comfortable?
Yeah, it's become home, ever since the first day I got here, drafted back in 2020. We didn't even have a season, but them believe in me, just a small town kid from Mississauga. And, they've welcomed me with open arms, and, I'm just forever grateful for what they've provided for me. And I know this ain't the end of the story. This is still just the beginning.
What was that first year like? You're drafted, and then a year of, and then some of nothingness. What was that like? What was going through your mind?
Yeah, it was the same kind of process that I was going through right now. You don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes God takes you down a journey you didn't even know you needed just to give you everything you ever prayed for at the end of it. So it's in that same process, you just got to keep faith. It was COVID, so I didn't know what the heck was going to happen. I had to get a job at that point, but again, I just kept my faith, kept working every single day, and that's what's got me to this point.
And then you come here in 2021. There's social distancing. You're a very social person, and there's a bubble, and you're in a new place. What were those first few weeks like, and when did you start to realize that this might have some permanency to it?
Yeah, it was definitely a different time during then. We had to wear the mask all the time and get swabbed up the nose every morning. I was sneezing for the first 10 minutes every day walking in. But you didn't know what was going to happen during that process. You didn't know if you were going to make the team, what your role is going to be. So you're really just trying to carve out your identity during that time. It really didn't hit till, I remember that first game just walking in here. It's COVID, so you didn't see no one the entire time, but that first game, the crowd was rocking, and that's when I just fell in love with it, and I just knew that this was going to be my place forever.
Kian, what were your emotions when you put pen to paper yesterday?
Thank God. It's an amazing feeling just to know that you got another opportunity just to continue to prove yourself. And, that's all we're asked to do each and every single day, is just prove ourselves, love on each other, and there's no better group to do that with.
You talked about the changes right from COVID to now. How have you changed as a player from when you were selected in the 4th round to now?
Yeah, I was just a young kid really coming in at that time, a young man. And, I've really grown in so many different areas in my life, and I'm still going to continue to grow, but, where God has you in a specific moment, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. So I know everything that's brought me to this point. I'm just thankful and grateful for it, and I'm even more thankful and grateful for what's ahead and what He's got for me.
Kian, just what's it been like when you look back now to bring the Grey Cup back to this province and everyone talking about it and everything, just going to see the cup go around?
Yeah, that's been the dream from the first day you walk in here. It was a long time since we got one, 12 years. It's been a long wait, and it's something that the whole province deserves, all of Saskatchewan. I remember Coach Corey just saying in a video that it's not even about himself or so much the guys in the locker room. Obviously, we want to get the job done, but it's all of Saskatchewan. It's the people that believe in us and have had our backs from day one. And just going out there and proving to them and proving to ourselves that we're the best. And, that test is, you're faced with that every single day, that test of, are you going to be the best? And I believe it's still our time, and we're going to keep rolling with this thing.
You talk about having to prove yourself. Do you feel like you have to do that because you did miss so much time this past year with that injury?
Yeah, again, you always got to prove yourself each and every single day. And again, I'm grateful for this opportunity to, again, go out there and prove myself. You got to redefine yourself over the course of life every day. And again, with this opportunity to go out there, play in front of this wonderful crowd for my family, that's the main thing that you do it for at the end of the single day, is to go out there, put food on the table for your family so you're able to provide. And that's my why and why I go so hard every single day.
Well, yeah, Brad mentioned the injury. Just the last year specifically for you has been a challenge. Just what you talked about, how it changed you as a player, but and as a person as well. But like, to get this opportunity and to get 2 years of a deal after what you went through this past season with the injury, and then being such a big part of the Grey Cup, does it mean a little bit extra as well?
Yeah, definitely. The pain that you go through ultimately turns into power one day, and I feel like everything you go through in life happens for a reason. Sometimes you might not understand it or know what's going on, but that's not for us to understand. I believe that's for God to figure out, and we just got to trust whatever He's got coming for us. And again, through that pain, it turned into passion and then glory at the end of it.
And then just how important is that continuity in the offense when you guys have this goal of repeating next season?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing in this locker room, is the continuity and how we mesh together. And what we had last year was so special, but that's in the past. We can't ever go back and live that moment. We can watch all the videos we want, but it's about what we do today and continue to build that continuity. So I'm excited you already know that we got a lot of the guys coming back. We're still working on some. I know they're working hard upstairs to get all the guys back. But, there's no limit to what we can do. And I think last year was just the first start for us. Obviously, a year before that, a lot of our coaching staff just got their first go with things. And then last year was a crazy stepping stone for us. And now, when you're at the top of one mountain, you're at the bottom of another. So it's time to just keep climbing.
You saw Ryderville really show up for you guys this season. How excited are you for next season after winning the championship, for that crowd to grow and the support to grow here?
Oh yeah, there's nothing I'm looking forward to more. I know it's kind of stupid that we got a bye week 1, so we gotta hold all those emotions and just the cheers and the celebrations. But I know it's all gonna be worth it when we see that banner dropped. And then really every single day when I walk into that stadium, I always pictured the championship banner. This year was 2025. The year before that was 2024. After we see that one drop, all I'm going to see is 2026.
And off the football field, what are some things you enjoy about living in Regina?
Ooh, that's a tough one right there. Just the people, to be honest. That's what makes this experience so amazing is, Toronto, everyone's working and hustling. They're go, go, go. They don't even pay you no mind. But out here, it's such a genuine and loving vibe that you don't find anywhere else. And I'm grateful for it, and I know this whole province is grateful for that.
You're now accepted pretty much as a Saskatchewanian. I'm curious, how much time had you spent in Saskatchewan before you came here for training camp in 2021?
In 2021? Yeah. No time. No. No time whatsoever. I didn't even know what the heck I was coming out to. I said, this is where I got to be. Well, let's go.
Could you have imagined that a place that you had never been before would be such a home for you, and that the attachment would go both ways?
Yeah, it's hard to envision something like that. I would have pictured myself maybe in Miami or Jamaica, somewhere hot, but again, it's just coming back to that trust and believing whatever God has planned for you. That's the greatest purpose in life, when you're doing it for Him and through Him. And it's brought me so many amazing opportunities and memories and friendships that are going to last a lifetime. So I'm just forever grateful for this.
You must like it here if you are here in winter. Are you?
Tell me about it.
How much time are you spending in Saskatchewan? Like, is this your off-season home, or do you go back to Ontario?
Yeah, definitely back and forth. You know, this morning I almost dropped on a sleet of ice, so it's dangerous out here. I gotta get some spike shoes or something. But yeah, I come back here probably like monthly, come back, do some foundation work, which is a wonderful opportunity for myself and a lot of my other teammates here, that we get to just come back and give back to the people that believe in us and pour so much into us.
And how much collaboration, I guess, is there between you, the other players, whether it's offense or defense, in terms of that feeling of running it back and that continuity? Do you now become this assistant GM of convincing other guys to do the same thing, or how does that work? Take us kind of inside.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we talk about it every single day, you know. We just talked to Trevor yesterday, and the first thing we talked about is running it back. 2 days ago, I talked to CJ Avery. We talked about running it back. Last week, I was talking to Roland Milligan. It's about running it back, and that's just what our mindset's always going to be. You know, we're not really living on the high of winning last year. We're already focused on what's next ahead of us. And I don't even think it's going to be really brought up too much more after that, because that was the same thing we did during the season. Is we just didn't even talk about the Grey Cup. Each and every single week, it was going 1-0. That's the only thing we cared about. And I think we take that same process each and every single day, just going 1-0.
Dave, and then we'll wrap.
Coach May sent a video to Sam Emelis about the play away from the football and some physically dominating plays. What does it mean to get that type of video from your coach?
Everything, man. That's just who Coach Mace is. He's a father figure. He's one of the greatest leaders I know. He's an amazing man. Just him sending that type of message just gives you so much confidence and faith in yourself, and especially in the guys around you. You know, when he believes in you like that, you're willing to go the length, go whatever distance, whatever the mile is. And it was a real good video that we saw. It was Puka Nacua just downfield, blocking a guy, just absolutely demolished him. And I think we bring that same type of energy everywhere we go, every game we play. And that's just contagious at the end of the day. You know, when he sets that example and then we set that example, it just keeps trickling down.
Lastly then for you, when it comes to video work, have you done any preparing for this year's Winter Classic? Like, are you changing up your systems when you're coaching those hockey teams, or have you got a new game plan in place?
Yeah, we're implementing a new coaching strategy this year. I can't unwrap too much. Brett, he didn't want to lose again, so we brought him over this year. And again, the goal is 1-0. We got to go 2-0 this year.